All right, so welcome everyone to our first EAP virtual open house. So it's very exciting. My name is Maggie Ray and I am the program coordinator. So I do a lot of program designing, and my co-coordinator, Corey Minch, I'm going to get him to introduce himself.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. So I'm Corey. I work with Maggie as one of the coordinators in EAP, and my job is sort of getting all the schedules for the classes together and deciding how the teachers are going to be teaching different courses and things like that. But I also kind of look at how students get admitted and move from level to level, those kinds of things. So yeah, good to see all of you.
Yeah. Nice to have you all. So we're going to be asking our panel a few questions, and it's going to go back and forth between Corey and me asking you, and we'll ask each of the 4 questions to each of you in rounds. So the first question, if you could just briefly introduce yourself, your name, your year that you were at Capilano, or whether you're still at Cap, courses that you took in the EAP department, and if applicable, your current program of study at CapU or elsewhere. All right, so I'm just going to start with Eugenia. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Eugenia, and I studied EAP since 2018. And I finished it in the summer 2019. At the moment, I'm studying literature courses, second level courses.
All right. Thank you very much, Eugenia. And Meyrazine?
Yeah, I know it will be hard sometimes.
I'm gonna get used to your name, Meyrazine. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Merazine Homai, and my nickname is Kian. So I passed EAP 090 when I was in Iran last term, and now there are just 3 months that I'm in Vancouver. So now I'm in EAP 100-101 in Capilano. And my major is science biology, but I transferred my major to kinesiology recently. So just that. Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks so much. It's wonderful hearing all of your pronunciation. It's so good. Mohammed.
I'm Mohammed, and last time I finished EAP 090, and now I'm EAP 100 and 101 student, and my major is science. From summer term, I will study science.
Wonderful. Lots of scientists. Okay, and Mizuki?
Yes, I am Mizuki, and I'm from Japan. And I am taking EAP 100 and 101 now. And also last semester, I was taking EAP 090. And I studied from EAP 090. And my major is communication, and I will go communication department in this September. Thank you.
Thank you. Wonderful. Lots of diversity. And Amirali?
Yes. I took courses in 2019 at levels 090 and 100-101. And then it led me to academic courses of, my major was science biology, but I changed it to a quite different program and different institution. Right now I'm at BCIT airline pilot program.
And did you just finish EAP, or did you do a little bit post EAP at CapU before you switched to BCIT?
So I started with level 090 I wrote an exam,
Yeah.
and then they placed me on 190 level, and then I finished with 100 101, and that was it for EAP courses.
Okay. And then you were able to get into BCIT from there. Is that right?
Before that, I actually had a English 12 course, and they took my English 12
Okay, perfect. Okay.
credential.
All right, Corey, you're going to do the next question.
Okay, so the next question is, why did you choose CAP-U to study in EAP? And I'm going to go to, let's go backwards. Let's start with Amirali.
Yeah, sure. Because for me, the main reason was I had my friends studying at EAP courses, and they give me quite good feedback about the courses they've taken. And that time I was actually looking for programs, English academic English courses. And then another reason was that I was planning to continue studying academic courses, which it ended up to science program.
Okay. Interesting. All right, I'm going to go in alphabetical order. So Eugenia, you're next.
Hi, so yes, I decided to study EAP because I need to upgrade some courses in order to take academic courses at CAP. However, I needed to have my good English level to go to ABE department. So the only way to do that is going to EAP. Therefore, EAP helped me to achieve a good English level to do that.
Okay, and when you say ABE, you mean Adult Basic Education. So that's to help you upgrade in things like math and science and some other courses, right?
English, yes.
In English too. Okay. All right, good way to get into CAP-U through EAP and ABE. So thanks, Eugenia. Okay, I think alphabetically it's Marazine who's next.
Yeah. So because I enrolled for EAP because I got my acceptance from CAP-U, and my lawyer, he suggested me to enroll in Capilano. But honestly, at first I didn't like to enroll for EAP because I thought that I know English very well, so why should I take that course? But when I attended in EAP, my concept was totally changed. So because I learned many academic points and things, and so now I'm real happy because that I enrolled for that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I mean, it's hard to know how difficult university classes are going to be, right, before you go. So I think you find out pretty quickly how difficult it can be, right? So EAP can really help.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to Mizuki.
Yes. I think the biggest thing is I want to go to like the academic courses in Capital University, but I think I need to take EAP for success in the academic courses. Like I don't know how to write academic essay or how to read effectively for reading. So I want to enter the college like without taking EAP, but I thought I will fail or I will make some mistake in academic courses if I don't take EAP. So I decided to take EAP to like for my future. Yes.
Okay, no, that's great to hear. And yeah, I mean, if a university instructor says, please write a 20-page research paper using APA citation, how do you do that? Well,
Yes.
you're learning that now probably, right? So,
Yes.
okay. Thank you, Mizuki. And then Mohammed.
Thank you.
I have two main reasons to take this kind of courses. Firstly, as others mentioned, it was one of the requirements, one of the ways to meet the requirements for academic courses. And the other reason was I wanted to improve my academic writing, and it was so useful, and I think I can use this experiment from these courses in English, SAT, or other courses that needs this kind of English.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, good to know. That's a good answer. And I think it's so important what you said. Yeah. So, okay, Maggie, you're next with the next question. Thank you, everybody, for that.
Okay, thank you. Some of you have already started to answer the next question, but you can just add on if you have anything to add on. So this time I'm going to do popcorn. I'm going to pick here and there. You're not going to know when I'm going to choose you, so be ready. So the question is to talk about some specific aspects of your English skills that you have improved through studying in the EAP program. And how have your experiences in the EAP program helped you prepare for academic courses and or your professional or personal life? Okay, so that's lots of things to talk about. And I'm going to start with Mohammed.
I think the biggest difference between these courses and other English courses is here we learned English words and the English we need for academic purposes, and it's different from termic English classes, for example, we took in other countries. Yeah.
Great, thank you. Yeah, so the focus of our program is very much on developing academic English skills versus other kinds of English skills. So that's a really good point. I'm going to move on to Merazine, and if you could speak about this.
Yeah, sure. As I mentioned, at first I thought I could not learn new things, but then I realized that there were so many things that I did not know about them, especially about writing part. And actually now I'm a research student in Capilano University because I enrolled for Chinese 100 besides EAP. So my Chinese instructor hired me, but our research project is in English. So if I did not enroll for EAP 090 before, for sure, I could not be a research assistant right now, because in that case, I would not know about academic writing points. And now I really feel good with more self-confidence to do my project. And it was really useful for me. And yeah, it was the biggest point in my life right now that I'm research assistant, but it is just my first year. Yeah.
Great. And how has the EAP helped you with other courses you're taking at Capilano?
Yeah.
So you mentioned, I think, going into science and then maybe kinesiology.
Yeah, but you know, previous term, I just enrolled for EAP 090, and now I just in EAP 100, 101, and just one Chinese course. So for sure, hopefully, when I pass EAP, I will enroll for my kinesiology courses. But for now, I told you, besides Chinese, that I'm a researcher, so now I'm in EAP 2, and it is really helpful, to do my work good,
Great.
better. Yeah.
Well, that's really great that you got a job while you're still at Capilano and doing
Yeah.
something quite academic.
Yeah.
You like teaching to reinforce skills that you're learning, right?
Yeah, and also Wayne, he always encouraged me, and yeah, I really appreciate that.
So Wayne is your present teacher, I think you're referring to, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And Eugenia, do you have anything to add to what you've already said?
Yes, when I start EAP 090, my grammar was terrible. It wasn't a good grammar, wasn't very good with grammar. And my reading skills weren't the best at that time. So my speaking, very much our concepts were kind of messed up. And EAP has helped me in my courses because in my English courses, including literature courses, I need to write a lot of papers. And to write enough good papers, I need good grammar.
Yeah. Yeah, grammar, a lot of you are mentioning writing, and often writing is the weakest skill of our students coming in. And on the academic side, we have to spend a bit more time with writing in actually everything we do. Even the reading course has some writing aspects, and even listening, speaking has some writing aspects. So yes, that piece takes a little longer sometimes than the other skills to develop. So great.
Yes, I've been
help.
failed EAP in the first attempt.
Okay. And then, but you've improved over time. Your skills have
Yes.
improved. Excellent. Thank you. And let's see, Mizuki.
Yes. I think I could improve, like I am improving my English skill, like or skill, like reading, listening, writing, and speaking. And yeah, I think the most important things is like writing. Uh, like before I am taking when I am taking EAP 090, I just wrote about one paragraph. This is my like best, but now I am doing like research paper, like doing 1,000 or like 2,000 word. I think this is big improvement for me to write like for research paper. Like I have to read a lot of sources, and also like reading teacher give me some tips like effective reading, like skimming the text and then understanding, and then like taking margin note, or like listening. I am taking notes during some lecture. So I think it will be benefit for taking academic courses, like taking professor what professor said, or doing some research paper, or doing some project with other classmates. So like speaking is like good for like personal life and also academic uh, situation, like doing presentation or some project with other classmates, and also like chatting in break time is like it is good for me to improve my English skill also. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's great. You pointed out some of the other skills that we haven't talked about as much. So reading, you're learning all those reading skills, including skimming and scanning, and how to summarize. And those are all so important. And taking notes in the margin. Those are also important when you're in academic courses. It just, you know, you might not know this, but most native speakers of English, here in Canada, they actually don't learn those kinds of skills. And they go to university, and it's they have to kind of figure out how to learn, right? We call it metacognition, like how to learn. They haven't been taught that. And actually in EAP, you're kind of getting this advantage of learning how to learn, how anyone learns in an academic class. When I went back to school myself about, oh my goodness, 20 years ago now, I went back to school for a year at UBC just to, take a year off and study as a student. And I used a lot of the skills that I teach in EAP to be an A student. I had to use all those skills. So it's kind of interesting. So thank you for pointing that out. And also the lecture notes, how to take good lecture notes, same thing, summarizing, talking about it. And then also you're in your, between classes, having a social life, right? To talk with students from many different countries. You can't speak your own language. You have to use the lingua franca of English so that we can all communicate. So it's good to have those everyday skills as well, those everyday speaking skills, not just the academic ones, right?
Yeah, so and also I can learn some different culture from people from different countries. So like I could learn about a lot of things, like what is like famous food in your country or something like that. So I could learn a lot of things. So I think this one is also good for some situation. I can use something for in the future. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Yeah. And as a student these days, more and more students are doing a lot of project work, working in groups, you're going to be working with a mix of students from different countries. And in those situations, you're often at a cafe or in the cafeteria or something working, and it's not all academic talk. You're having talk about your life and, everyday things as well. So it's important to have the confidence to be able to do that, so you can make those relationships and those friendships, hopefully those lifelong relationships in this diverse international community that we live in. So thank you. All interesting things you're bringing forward. Amurali, I'm going to end this set of questions with you, and then we'll keep going to Corey.
Yeah, for sure. So in my point of view, as I said before, the main reason I've taken those courses at EAP was to improve my academic English skills. It definitely improved my English skills of reading, writing, presentation skills, grammar, critical thinking, and leadership skills, especially at level 101 course on that summer 2019. I would also say it helped me a lot with learning how to interact with other people from different cultures, from different countries, how to establish connections, and as you mentioned, make friendships and relationships. I have really good friends since that time, that course, and I'm still friends with them. So overall, it was a quite beneficial and useful part of my English learning, basically.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for highlighting all those skills that you learn, including critical thinking, which we hadn't mentioned. Yes. So important in these times, critical thinking. There's so much information coming at us. What do you believe? What do you not believe? Different perspectives, decreasing bias, all those things, so important. Yes. For this present time, especially. We've got a lot of interesting things. And leadership, you are our future. So, you are the leaders of tomorrow, and English can be one of those tools you can use in your leadership in your own countries. Often it gives you a bit more, some more opportunities when you have English at a higher level to use, or if you're a new Canadian here in Canada, right? So great, thank you.
100%.
Thank you. So Corey, could you finish up our panel discussion with the last question?
Yeah, and this is a question I think some of you have started to answer because you kind of answered it in your introduction, but the question is, what are your future educational plans or future career plans? So I know some of you have finished EAP, so you're maybe, you know, I know Amirali, you're working on it now, and same as Eugenia. Some of you are still in EAP, so you're planning to do something after. So if you could just quickly tell us what your future plan is, either your educational or career plan. And I'll let anybody start. So if you want to jump in and answer, maybe raise your hand, and then I'll choose you. Okay, Eugenia.
So my plans is being a novelist also as a career choice. I want to write a novel.
A writer.
Along
Okay.
with as a career, of course, but doing what I want to do both things.
Okay, so that's where writing skills and even reading skills are so important to you, right?
Yes, when you write novels, it's very important to have good writing.
Mm-hmm. And reading, because like that's the way to become a good writer, is to read a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, Eugenia. Very interesting career plan. I can't wait to read your novel. Okay, okay, anybody else want to volunteer on this one? Okay, Amirali.
Yeah.
Pilot.
So, pilot. Yes, as I said, I'm at BCIT pilot program. My plan is to first, well, obviously finish graduate successfully, and continue my career as a pilot. It definitely helped me learning these skills at EAP courses helped me to proceed and continue within my courses at this program, because for me, I think communication, which is speaking and also again writing, academic writing, was quite helpful this program. And also other aspects such as reading and listening are as important as other aspects. So I think it was a jumping step for me taking the EAP courses. It was really helpful.
And do you know have you heard how quickly pilots talk on the radio when they're...
Exactly, and I can feel it actually, how those detailed listening skills are quite helpful right now.
Exactly.
Because as you're saying, when you're talking two-way communication with the air traffic, ATC, air traffic control, it's like within few seconds you have to talk and deliver your intentions and also understand. So it requires a strong communication, speaking, and listening skills.
Right, right. Yeah, interesting. Okay, thank you, Amirali. Anybody else? Okay, Marasi.
Yeah. At first, I want to say that, as other friends say, we will have a lot of projects during our studies, and we should know that how to prepare our assignments like research and presentations in right and academic way, because sometimes we think that we are good in English, but it is not enough. We are students, so we should know the techniques for writing and speaking or reading. So for me, I know that these EAP courses would help me to pass my my courses very, better and in the right way. So I like to finish my kinesiology course, and then I want to study physiotherapy for my master. But during these years, I really like to continue my job and as a research assistant in Capilano. So it would be my
Okay.
plan.
Yes, that sounds like one thing is confidence, like you become really confident because you have some of these skills that you've developed, right? So you trust yourself that you can do some of the work in your future courses.
Yeah. Mm,
Okay, all right, thank you. And then we have Mohammed and Mizuki left. Okay, Mizuki.
Yes, before I said I want to study communication in the future. So after I will pass the EAP course. I will go to communication degree program. And like communication degree, like I need communication skills. So I think this experience will be very useful for me to like communicate with others. And yeah, I want to. I want to be working in Canada. So I think lots of like workshop are very useful for like academic skill and also some personal life, like working, like some workshop, like how to write resume or something like that. I think it is very useful for in the future life. Like it is kind of EAP, like related to EAP courses, I think.
Yeah, that's a good point. So, not only working in a career, but getting it first, right? Like, how do you get it? How do you do an interview and a resume, right? And if you have one mistake on a resume, that can be a disaster. So it's important to really be able to check those kinds of things. So good point. Thank you, Mizuki.
Thank you.
Okay, Mohammed.
My short-time goal is to study science. Then I want to apply for a medical school and study medicine. I want to be a medical doctor. That's my
Okay,
plan.
so communication is going to be really important there, right? So speaking, listening, writing. Yeah, so great, good luck. That's going to be a really challenging road, but we need you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll give it back to Maggie.
All right. Well, thank you everyone on the panel. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your preparation. I know you all worked hard and coming here today, giving up some of your time. Corey and I are now going to do a presentation on our program, and you can stay if you like. And our guests, other guests today, we hope that this helps you learn a little bit more about our program. But before we do that, does anyone have any questions for the panelists that they'd like to ask our guests? So Nelba or Cherry, do you have any questions for our guests today? For our panelists, rather? Nothing? They answered well?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay.
Me too.
Same for you. Okay, awesome. All right. Well, I think we'll move on to our presentation.